I wanted to do a weekly recap this week. Even though we had no presentation, we were sharing our lesson plan demonstrations, and I wanted to talk to you about 3 things related to those plans. First of all, congratulations. You did a great job on all of your plans this week. I'm almost finished grading them. That was a lot with 4 classes worth. So hang in there if you haven't heard back on both of your scores yet. I want you to make sure that you go into Wigio and check out some of the plans shared by your classmates or others taking Education 270. You have classmates that spend a lot of time and effort to share those plans. Many of them really followed directions and added materials, pictures of the literature they used, videos of the literature they used, printables, and rubrics attached to their lesson plan. This was what you were asked to do, and so this gives you a lot of resources for ready-to-go lesson plans. Take the time and check out 5 to 10 of these, and then pin them on your pin board. You can make a pin board just for lesson plans. So this will be a great resource for you in the future. If you have any questions about your lesson plan grade, let me know. Because we used one Dropbox for the demonstrations, I could only grade your lesson plan one time. You submitted 2 lesson plans. So what I did is I graded the first lesson plan on the rubric that you'll be able to see. And the second one I graded on the same rubric, but my own copy, and you can't see the results to the second rubric. Your scores, though, in the comment box on the project area have a lot of feedback. That feedback was individually labeled for lesson plan number 1 or lesson plan number 2. Using that feedback, you should be able to see justification for your grade. And then both of your scores are listed in the comments area as well as the grade book. If you have any questions, though, please let me know. I have kept all the rubrics that I made hard copies of that you can't see, so I can go over scores if you have a question. What I noticed were 2 main problems some of you ran into on your lesson plans, and that was with the curriculum alignment and the vocabulary section. I want to just take a minute and reach out to you in these areas. The curriculum alignment comes directly from the Pennsylvania SAS website. If you're using the hack lesson plan that I shared with you on D2L, it has links directly to the Pennsylvania State Standards website, and it also has videos on how to find your curriculum alignment and how to pick your standards. I'm going to view those and see if it's clear or see if I need to make a new video for you. If I think you need a clearer video, I will update that and put it in the news section in the next few days. Cindy Davis did the first video. I thought it was adequate, but I want to re-watch it since some of you were having trouble. Just a reminder, Pennsylvania has now gone to the Common Core standards, and so on our curriculum, on the Pennsylvania State Standards website, they still have all the old standards listed. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the Common Core standards listed. The same is true for the Common Core alignment. It will say curriculum framework, and then it says Common Core curriculum framework. You have to make sure that you're using the Common Core areas now to make sure your standards are correct. I did not take points away for people who use the regular Pennsylvania State Standards, but just know for the future you should be selecting from the Common Core standards. I do think I will update this with a video for you just to make sure you understand that. Again, check the news section in a few days for an update on both of these areas. The second area I saw as maybe an area of concern on your lesson plan was the vocabulary section, and you were asked to choose 3 or more words that students would need to know in order to do well in your lesson. Most of you picked words from the book that you were sharing with the boys and girls, and many times that's fine, but sometimes if you were doing a phonics lesson or a writing lesson, there wasn't a book attached and you didn't know what to choose for vocabulary. It's fine to pick vocabulary words related to the concept you're teaching. So if you're teaching phonics, you might have the word phonics, you might have the word rhyming, you might have the word consonant or vowel. Whatever you're teaching them, it can go there. It doesn't have to be words from a book. What I saw in many of your plans is even if you selected good words, you didn't mention in the procedure part of your lesson plan what you were going to do to teach those words to the boys and girls. So remember, when you choose your vocabulary words, somehow in the procedure part of your lesson plan, you have to have a procedure for what you're going to do with those words. Are you just going to point them out during reading the story? Are you going to do a quick little explicit teaching before you read or before you do your lesson? It has to be one of the steps, so make sure you do that. If you have any questions about the curriculum alignment or vocabulary, please let me know and I will specifically address whatever your concerns are. The last part is Wigio, and I know that many of you had trouble with Wigio. I apologize for any inconveniences you had. This is the sharing site that HACC wants us to use as students. That my hands were tied. I know the video that I prepared for you worked for many of you to troubleshoot, but a few of you ran into some other problems that I did not foresee. Some things we know for the future of using Wigio and also using anything through Google, since all of our presentations are through Google Slides. Make sure that your browser is set as Google Chrome if you're using Google Slides. Most of you that use Macs can use Safari as well, but if you're on a PC, please make sure you're using Google Chrome for the best presentation using Google Slides. This is also true of Wigio. Wigio is produced by Google, and so if you're using Chrome, you're likely to have the best access into that site. Also, going through D2L to get to Wigio will help because then you have a direct link. The last thing to know is some of you had trouble uploading videos. You need to, if your video was longer or took more memory, Wigio didn't allow you to upload it as a file. If you have a long video, you first need to share it to YouTube, and then from YouTube you just link it into, you just share the link into Wigio. So I know a lot of you have yet to share your videos, and that is a requirement for this project. So if you did not yet share those, I am checking and there will be a final deduction on your lesson plan if they're not there. So again, let me know if you have any questions, and for those two main learning areas, please make sure that you understand the skills so the next time you write a lesson plan at HACC, you'll be successful.